Hey, good afternoon. This is Leslie, and you are watching Lunch with Leslie. And today I am going to be talking about natural remedies, supplement remedies for beating back those common colds. Flip this around. Hi, everybody. It's good to see you guys this afternoon. It was fun to scope with you guys this morning. If you haven't seen it, maybe try to catch the replay. I did a Periscope this morning making my favorite smoothie, which is actually really good for colds as well because there's a lot of spices in that smoothie that have a lot of antibacterial properties to it, so and antiviral properties in it. So I'm going to ask you one time, this is the only time I'm going to ask you, but if you will please, there's a little guy right down here in the bottom. If you will just tap that and share out with your followers, share out with Twitter. Let's get the message out how to get away from the pharmacy aisles where there's all the cold and flu. Oh, good. Actually, that was a great scope. I just watched it, and that is an amazing coconut milk. That is not how I make coconut milk, but I'm trying it because I love that recipe. I always feel like my homemade coconut milk is kind of watery, and I think that that will really prevent that from happening. Totally trying that. So amazing, amazing little recipe there. So please share out. Thank you so much. I see everybody sharing out. Thank you so much. Let's fill this room up this morning. Or afternoon. Just 1 minute past the morning right now. So let me introduce myself. My name is Leslie. I have a website, gotokitchens.com. It is my goal to get you to invest in your health. It's the only thing that I want you to buy into is I want you to buy into your own health, and that's why there is nothing for sale over at Go To Kitchens. There is nothing to buy. You can't buy a thing. You can't even buy a Happy Splat. There's not even Happy Splats over there for sale. And if you guys watch me regularly, you know what I'm talking about. So not even he's for sale over there. So it's so great to be in my kitchen with you guys this week and not have to worry about perfect hair and perfect makeup and perfect clothes. It's just, look at, I ran this morning, but I actually went back and put back on my running shoes and my leggings and I just wanted to be comfortable today. So it's awesome. So what I'm going to show you guys, oh, thank you. This morning I looked pretty rough. I had actually just gotten out of bed. So thank you so much. So I want to show you, I do not get a cold very often. And I will tell you, I do not even have to knock on wood to say that. But very rarely do I get colds. I haven't had the flu in ages, and I've never had a flu shot in my life. Never, not even when I wasn't as healthy as I am now, did I ever even take a flu shot. They always seemed unproductive to me because it always seemed like, yeah, that would be nice, right? But it always seemed like a flu shot was counterproductive because I always thought that you wanted to get the flu now and again to build the antibodies for flu in the future. So every once in a while thank you for tapping for hearts. So every once in a while, I think it's okay for your body to get the flu. Is it miserable? Yes. Does it stink? Yes, it stinks, but it's really great to get the flu every once in a while so that your body can build immunities and then you won't get the flu so bad when you do get it the next time. So what I'm going to tell you today is going to apply for that little niggly, crazy little winter, summer cold that you get that just kind of takes you down for a few days. So that stuffy nose, not necessarily a fever, but that stuffy nose and sore throat and the congestion in the chest, and you know that cold that we all hate and all dread. This is what I'm going to show you today. This would be okay for kids. I would not do this for any children that are under the age of 5. If you do that, if you have children that are that young, I would like for you to consult with a naturopath. My first emotion is that it's okay, but I would want you to confirm that before you did this. So just keeping that in mind. Now, also keeping in mind, I am not a doctor. I don't play one on TV or on Periscope. I am not a certified naturopath. I'm not anything like that. I am a cancer survivor that has learned her way through the trenches of health and trying to find the best path for me to keep my body as healthy as possible. And that's what I am. So the recommendations that I'm making to you today, if you have a naturopath, take notes, take this list to them and see if it's something that they would recommend for you. It works perfectly perfect for me. And I will tell you that I got this information off of Dr. Joshua Axe. Naturopaths are amazing. I highly recommend that you find a naturopath or a homeopathic doctor or even a functional medicine doctor to marry along with your medical doctor. Don't avoid your medical doctor. A lot of people get black or white. They're like, oh, I only have a naturopath and I don't have a medical doctor. Or I just have a medical doctor and I don't have a naturopath. I am telling you the path of enlightenment lays right down the middle of that. And I always call that the colorful middle, but that's where it lies because sometimes you need your medical, sometimes you need your medical doctor. If you have a heart attack, you should go to your medical doctor and not your naturopath. If you break your arm, you're going to need your, so yes, that's right. Fancy path, homeopath, fancy pants. That's kind of hard to say. Fancy path. I still can't say it. Fancy pants, homeopath. So yes, so just, don't avoid one or the other. So what I'm going to share with you today, I know, right? Total tongue twister there for me. So what I'm going to share with you today is I'm going to share with you my protocol. And this is my husband's now as well. And I will tell you what happened is that we were on a long haul flight and we both got sick. This was several years back. We both got sick and we had been traveling for almost 24 hours and about the middle of the flight, he and I could both, or the traveling period, we could both tell that we were not feeling well. So as soon as we got home, before I even set my luggage down almost, I am in my supplement cabinet pulling out all of these supplements that I'm going to show you today. And I'm taking them and I was like, do you want to take these? No, I think it's too late. I already have the cold. I don't want to go through the whole supplement regimen. I'm like, okay. So I took them. He did not take them. He had a cold for almost an entire week and he was miserable. And I had a cold for about a day and a half. So maybe it was circumstantial, probably not. We both were feeling pretty junky and crappy. So I'm just saying that, in my opinion, this protocol works really, really well. And Dr. Josh Axe has this on his website. If you look up Natural Remedies, Dr. Josh Axe, A-X-E, he's actually one of my mentors. He has this protocol on his website, and that's where I got it from. And I think it works like a charm personally. So, all right, so let's dig in. The first thing is, and I showed you at the beginning of the scope, is the vitamin C. Vitamin C is an amazing supplement. Vitamin C is not for daily use. I would never recommend to somebody that they took vitamin C on a daily basis. It can actually do a little damage to your gut. So you want to be careful with it. But I would recommend 1,000 milligrams, or I'm not going to recommend anything. This is what I do. I take 1,000 milligrams, okay? 1,000 milligrams, which is one tablet of this every single day for 7 days. And that is pretty much through the beginning of my cold and through the duration of the cold. Typically my colds and even flu, when I had it several years back, do not even last that long. So they last 4 or 5 days. So yes, so 1,000 milligrams, you guys might want to write this down. This is the brand that I use. 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C, one time a day. Now you can take up to 2,000 milligrams of vitamin C in a day, but it may make you constipated. Just saying. It could actually do the opposite for you. Some people it causes diarrhea. Now that is not practical when you are not feeling well. You do not want to have either of those things happen. You do not want to have diarrhea and you do not want to have constipation. And the reason for that is that the constipation will actually hold the toxins in your body, and constipation is bad stuff. And diarrhea is not allowing the food nutrients. It's passing through your body too quickly and causing the diarrhea and the loose stool. And so you're not getting the benefits of the good foods I'm going to tell you to eat when you start to get a cold. So About 1,000 milligrams is what I think is perfect for this. This is taken at the onset of a cold. So you get home from work, and you guys have all experienced this. You get home from work and you have that achy feeling that goes right across the back of your shoulders. And you kind of have a sore throat and your head's kind of foggy and you're like, man, I'm getting a cold. And then typically by the time you go to bed, you feel a whole lot worse, and it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. As soon as I get that feeling of, I think I'm getting a cold, I will start this regimen, okay? As soon as that happens. If you are a day or two into your cold, this is only gonna help you minimally. And for it to help you the very most, you wanna take it as soon as you start feeling or wanting to complain about not feeling well, okay? That's your first sign, is as soon as you wanna complain to somebody that you don't feel well, then that is your first sign that something is happening in your body and you need to address it. So 1,000 milligrams. Only take this for 7 days. Maximum. So maximum of this. What this is going to do is this is going to protect your cells against the stress that is happening when you have a cold or flu. So basically it's going to help build your immune system in a major way. So you're going to get a major pump in your immune system very quickly with some vitamin C. It's one of the best immune boosters that you can get, but it is not practical in this format for daily use on a regular basis. Let's just be crystal clear about that. It actually helps your immune cells grow and mature quicker and will help fight off the bacteria and the virus that may be in your body. So yes, this will also help shorten the flu and maybe not make it as dramatic as it might be. If you have the flu and you have a fever, let the fever stay. You will get over the flu faster if you don't try to battle that fever. Let the fever go. Let it actually do what your body's supposed to do. When you suppress a fever with Tylenol or ibuprofen or something like that, you're actually stopping the process of your body fighting the flu. So you need to have those fevers. I don't care if they last 24 hours. Those fevers are important to battling that flu off of your body. The more you suppress that fever, the longer you're going to have the flu. So yes, never, never. So there you go. I know it feels lousy, but you just have to go with it. So, all right, so that's my first one. No more than a week at a time, and take it at the first sign of a cold. So vitamin C. Everybody's going, yeah, we know that. Yes, a fever is good. Absolutely. Lemongrass will actually help with that a little bit, but I still just say don't take anything, and maybe except these supplements, but they're not going to do anything for your fever. So just get through the aches and pains, lay in bed, and let your body hydrate and let your body do what it's supposed to do. You will thank me for that one little small tip. So the next thing I want to talk about is zinc. Now, you understand that, I mean, these are not like the best of best brands. Natural Factors is fine. Now Brands is fine. But these are something that I'm just taking temporarily. Zinc is another one of those supplements that you should not be taking on a regular basis or a daily basis. Zinc can mess up your system. So zinc only for 7 days. You want to take 50, I think that's 50 milligrams. So 1 zinc a day. And I like to take these in the morning to fortify my, so I wake up and I take this as soon as I wake up. And I empty stomach, full stomach, it doesn't matter. Either way you want to do it. So zinc is an amazing property for that. Zinc has an antiviral effect to it, so it's going to be great for those viruses and bugs that you're getting along the way. Zinc is amazing for that, will really clean out. You have seen the little zinc swabs for your nose that you can use, or the zinc lozenge that they have out. What they don't say is that if you're taking zinc, you're not doing much else. It will help boost your immune, but the vitamin C is really there to boost your immune and help you get through the cold. And the zinc is really there for its antibacterial properties and antiviral properties. And so when you're swabbing that, you are cleaning out your sinuses and getting rid of the bacteria, but it's not really going to your gut, which is where everything stems from. So zinc in the gut is good, but this is, I'm going to say, super strict about this in vitamin C. This is a 7-day regimen, and that's it, okay? But you probably won't even have your cold that long. So yes. Sorry if you're freezing. You might have to watch the replay. I had that a lot today, so sorry about that. Yes, so only taking that with a cold. The other thing that this is one of my favorites, and it gets a bad rap, and I'm going to tell you why it gets a bad rap. So echinacea and golden seal root, okay? This together, this is crucial actually for them to be together. You can buy them separately and take 2 separate types, but this is an echinacea and golden seal root together. Excuse me. Okay, good, thank you. A golden seal, oh my goodness, we're talking about a cold and my nose just runs, but that's because I took a long run this morning, a nice kind of just even slow pace run. I did not try to kill myself with it, and it was cold out, and my nose has been running ever since. Woo, sorry, I kicked my camera. You always have this in your house? Yeah. Echinacea and golden seal. So a lot of even supplement gurus will tell you that it's baloney that echinacea helps with a cold, or even golden seal that it helps with a cold. But I am here to tell you, no snow. It's actually really sunny and beautiful out, but it was cold. It was like 32 degrees. It's 54 right now, so not bad. But echinacea actually will help shorten the length of a cold. So it's going to actually help your body. The problem is that people were saying that it helps build your immune system, and it does not help build your immune system. The thing with echinacea, and especially when it's combined with golden seal, is that it has huge antiviral properties in it. Amazing antiviral properties in it. So it helps your body remove the viruses and the bacterias that are caused from a cold. So that is why you want to take this. It actually helps promote respiratory function as well. So, with a common cold, you get a lot of respiratory problems and, sniffles and congestion in the chest and sore throat and sinus pressure and that sort of thing. This is actually one of the things that is going to help with that. And then golden seal is amazing for a sore throat. It is amazing for a sore throat. So this is going to cut the sore throat time. I mean, I can tell you about half a day after I've taken this. Will these store unopened food storage? I think I rotate these, because we don't get colds very often. I'm showing you about $70 worth of supplements right here, and that will get you probably to 2 or 3 cold sessions. They do have expiration on them. So yeah, I mean, I actually keep most of my supplements in cold storage. So yeah, I haven't, that's a great question. I probably need to do some more research about that. So, but yes, these are not even a year old. So my husband had a cold last year. So so these are all brand new actually, but yes, I think if you kept them dry for sure, maybe in a container of some kind, I think you would probably be pretty safe, probably for a year or 2. So yes, golden seal is golden seal, people use it for a lot of things. Nice, cool, dry environment, I would say. Yes, golden seal is used for all kinds of things, but it is great for a sore throat. Again, I will say this does nothing for your immune system. So there is no, and that's where it became a echinacea. They were saying, oh, it's really good for your immune system. It's not. It's not doing much for that at all. What it is doing is giving you some antiviral benefits in a pump of this. So this is 1,000 milligrams. You see here that these are about 500 milligrams, half and half of each of these. You want 1,000 milligrams of this. So this is what you're going to take the most of, is the echinacea and the golden seal. And I like to split it up. I like to do 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, and 2 again in evening before bed. And so that is going to be your best bet for that. The next thing that I use, this is quite a regimen, right? The next thing that I like to use is elderberry, an elderberry syrup. I always find that the elderberry syrup helps me a lot with my cough, but probably it is the syrup that has helped soothing my throat. So you don't want to go downtown crazy with elderberry, but elderberry is actually something that you could do. And the echinacea and golden seal, you could actually take this maybe twice a day through all of cold and flu season, and it would probably help you. So you make your own. I'm jealous. I want to make my own. Dang, I want to make my own everything. I'm telling you that this little bitty kitchen is like turning into a science lab because I am experimenting with recipes. I'm experimenting with ingredients. I'm experimenting making my own everything. So yeah, crazy in here. So, but I do just buy this because it's, you know, because it is what it is. But this is elderberry. This is the brand that I like and prefer. It has a honey in it, so it's a little bit soothing to the throat as well. 10 milliliters a day, which is going to be about 2 teaspoons. I know, me too. I agree totally. I agree totally. My Zen is my kitchen, that's for sure. So, but 2 teaspoons a day. So I like to do 1 in the morning and 1 at night, and it's absolutely amazing. Again, you're getting a lot of antioxidants with this. This little thing right here is kind of the bomb of the whole thing. This can actually deactivate a cold and flu in your body. If it's taken correctly and it's taken as soon as you start to no, you're 1 in the morning, 1 at night. I mean, you could probably do 6 teaspoons a day and be fine, but yeah, minimally 1 in the morning, 1 at night. Yes, and this is something that I actually have prescribed for my grandma, my Nana, who is 85. I have asked her to take a teaspoon a day of this during cold and flu season because yes, it can cause loose stool. It causes a detox effect in the body because of the antioxidants, and it can cause you to have the poops, absolutely. But I have her take a teaspoon during cold and flu season, and this is kind of what I recommend. Yeah, my Nana. I recommend to her as her flu shot, so to speak. So yes, so elderberry syrup is actually awesome for that. If you're susceptible to cold and flus, if you work in an environment where you're around a lot of cold and flus, this is actually really great, something to boost yourself. And I'm going to show you something else that's an essential oil that's really good for that too. But yes, so elderberry is awesome. You just take it like a cough syrup. So just put it on a spoon and take it. It does not taste bad. It's just tastes like a syrup, kind of an alcohol kind of syrup. So kind of tastes like wine on a teaspoon. The other thing is, yeah, so actually we're going to talk about essential oils right now. So this is the other thing that to me is the bomb of getting, it is yummy. I like it. The other thing that I use essential oils every single day. I don't talk about them a lot because I don't cook with them for the most part. So I don't talk about them a lot, but you have to know that they are part of my regimen every single day. I have, yes, you could, absolutely. So I absolutely adore essential oils. I actually buy all my essential oils through doTERRA. I just really like the quality, but there are plenty of, that's awesome. I love it. There are plenty, you really are excited about essential oils, aren't you? But there are plenty of reputable companies out there. Yeah, I don't cook with them, but I do use them. I do use them on a regular basis. So this is another, so along with the elderberry syrup, this is another thing that I think is the bomb diggity when it comes to a cold. So yeah, doTERRA is a great company. I mean, I don't work for them or anything like that. I actually used to, I don't anymore. And if you need a hookup, I can get you a hookup with doTERRA. His name is Evan Summers. He's on here on Periscope as well. So doTERRA, this is oregano oil or oil of oregano. I do not want you going out buying a cheap brand of oil of oregano and trying this because there are other things in that oil of oregano. You're only getting about 20%. I know it is nasty. I totally agree. I totally agree with you on this, but it will kick a cold's butt. I mean, it is, to me, if I didn't do any of these other supplements, when I travel, I actually take my oregano with me in case I get that feeling of a cold coming on. And I will shoot it in a glass of water. So I get just some warm water, about 2 ounces of warm water, and put a drop in there. I know my husband's the same way. This makes him gag when I make him do this. I put a drop of, this is very potent oregano oil. It's very hot. You have to be careful with it. It will burn your tongue, so you have to be careful. But I dilute it in water and I shoot it. And it burns my whole throat when you have oh, awesome. That's awesome. I actually have somebody that I can help you with that too, if you want to know. So Yes, if you're feeling sick, yeah, you love oregano, drop into the tongue. This would need to be diluted. This is considered a hot oil. This is very hot. If you put this straight underneath your tongue, it is going to burn your mouth. So don't do that. I recommend, if you're going to do that, to put the drop with some coconut oil and maybe do it that way. So, yeah, okay, good, awesome. Fabulous. So, but yes, so 1 drop of this twice a day in a shot of water. I know, yeah, no, it's super hot oil. You need to be careful with it. I almost hesitated not to talk about it today because you can get hurt with oregano oil. So yeah, no way under the tongue. I would just highly recommend. There are some that you could do that with. There are some, like the Now brand of oregano oil, you could do that with, but you don't even really want this on your skin. You want to dilute this in something, put it in some coconut oil and shoot it that way, like make a little coconut oil ball and put some oregano on it and just shoot it down. Something like that. But but yes, this is a hot oil, so you want to be super careful with this. But 2 drops of this a day will kick a cold's butt in a lickety split. So how do you like that? A cold's butt and a lickety split. This is a cold killer. This is a flu killer. This is an amazing product. I would highly recommend getting yourself some doTERRA or some sort of pure therapeutic grade, which means you can eat it, you can consume it internally, of oregano oil and having it around for cold and flu season. It's amazing for that. You cannot buy anything at Whole Foods or Sprouts or any place like that I would recommend that you would ingest. You're going to have to go online, and there are plenty of companies that sell it, not just doTERRA. There are plenty of companies that sell it. That's just doTERRA is just what I use. So this is just 1 drop. Oh, screenshot it again. Yeah. There you go. 1 drop in some water or even your smoothie or something like that is absolutely fine. Just be you're welcome, very careful with it because it will burn your skin and it will burn your throat if it's not diluted. So be super careful with this, but it's a cold killer, promise you. So that is my basic regimen. What I just explained to you is my basic regimen. So those 5 products is what I would do as a regimen as soon as I had a cold. There are other things that you can do, however, and I'm going to show you those now. The other things that you can do is you can get a garlic. This is actually very healing in the body. These are just little garlic tablets. They smell like garlic, but I have to tell you, I get enough garlic. Even when I'm sick and I'm not feeling well, I get tons of garlic in my day. So I really don't need a garlic supplement. These are for my husband who actually hates garlic. So I got him the kinds that's odorless, doesn't, when he burps, it's not going to come up garlic because he would kill me. He absolutely despises garlic. He doesn't like the way it smells. Poor man. He lives with a foodie. He lives with a foodie who's a cook and is a food blogger. And these kinds of smells kill him. He's a very patient, loving individual. I can tell you that. But so this is something that I would supplement with him, is this garlic. Garlic is amazing. Onions are amazing for a cold. Yes. Yeah, I know. And I will tell you that when I eat a lot of garlic, I have a lot of dental work in my mouth. I have a lot of crowns in my mouth, and the garlic odor will stick on those crowns if I forget to oil pull. Like I forget that I've had a lot of garlic in the day, and I forget to oil pull right before bed, and my crowns will retain that odor. And he's like, "What in the world? How you brush your teeth, right?" I'm like, "I know, but it's just stuck on my crowns. It's so gross." It is totally gross. But yes, but if I oil pull, it will take that odor out. So but you can't brush it away. I actually have to oil pull it off of my teeth. So yeah, I'm the garlic queen. I know, it's disgusting. I absolutely love garlic, but my husband wants to kill me every time I do it. So here are the foods that you should be thinking about eating if you do have a cold. I know, I love it too. Water. You want to drink plenty of liquids. Your body is dehydrating constantly. In fact, I'm gonna take a drink right now. Your body is dehydrating constantly when you have a cold. You will urinate more. You will sweat if you have a fever. You will be blowing your nose constantly. Your eyes water. I mean, there's a lot that happens. So you want to stay hydrated. So hydration is probably just as important as all of these supplements. Drink the water, drink the water, drink the water. You should be, when you have a cold, you should be urinating like 5-6 times a day to move those toxins out of the body. So to get that cold virus and flu virus out of the body, you need to be drinking lots and lots and lots of clear liquids like water. Water, bone broth. If you drink bone broth, amazing. I would highly recommend that. It's very fortifying in the body. It helps keep the gut in line as well. So, because your body's a whole mess, everything is focused on trying to get that virus out. And bone broth is great for that. Ginger, raw ginger, if you want to make like a ginger tea or, oh, heaven, a ginger tea or something. So maybe like a ginger honey tea. Honey is also amazing. So you could combine this with some hot water and some lemon and drink that. That would be very healing to the body and very soothing as well to the mucous membranes that are infected and swollen and don't, that you're not happy with. Onions are amazing. Onions and garlic are amazing during cold and flu season or when you have a cold and flu. Cinnamon, also very fortifying to the body. Ooh, my cinnamon just got wet. Yep, you could do fresh ginger and turmeric tea. Yep, help inflammation, keep the inflammation down. Cinnamon, also very good. And actually cinnamon is one of my favorite flavors on the planet. And so when I have a cold or flu, I actually crave cinnamon. I'm like, just give me anything with cinnamon in it. I don't care what it is, just something with cinnamon in it. So I actually like a ginger cinnamon lemon tea with a little bit of honey when I have a cold, and I'll drink that like 3 times a day. So yes. Things that you want to avoid, processed sugars. You just want to avoid this in life in general, but yeah, I love cinnamon. I know, I eat cinnamon a couple times a day. It's ridiculous. But sugars, fruit juices, sports drinks, you want to avoid all of those, like 7-Up. My mom used to bring me 7-Up and a coloring book when I was sick. That's what I got when I was sick. And who knew it wasn't helping me at all. The coloring book helped a lot. She still sends me a coloring book if I get a cold. So, because I like to color. Have you seen those adult coloring books? Hello? Oh my God. I love those. I want one. I haven't bought one yet. I'm buying one. I don't have time to do it, but I really want one. I just think they're the coolest things. I was in the bookstore the other day. I was looking at cookbooks because I go and dream and stand in front of the cookbooks and think, I just want a cookbook on this shelf. That's all I want. And, and so I know, and I just think that I love to color as well. I totally want one. I think I'm going to ask for one for Christmas. That's a good idea. So yeah. Fun idea. Love it. So you want to stay away from dairy because dairy will actually clog up your mucus glands and make you cough and spit and be more congested than you ever were because dairy naturally does that. You want to stay away from fast foods. So foods that are high in saturated fats, that are high in processed fats and do not have any nutritional benefits. Yes, you want to try to stay away from those, and you want to stay away from processed grains when you have a cold. Now, I say just in general, you want to stay away from those things and only in moderation anyway, but yes, but especially when you have a cold. So let's talk about essential oils really quick. And then I'm going to show you some products that are available that work pretty good for some relief. So these things are going to help battle the cold. But what do you do for relief while you have the stinking cold? Oh, and I forgot to say, I have my regimen written on a little sticky note. It's just written on a little sticky note. Actually, if you want to screenshot that, that's everything written down. I keep this with my supplements. My handwriting is really crappy right there. But anyway, I keep these with my supplements. You have a little cold right now. That's too bad. Yeah, I keep this little list with my supplements. It's always with there so that I can remember how to take them because I don't take them very often. And so, yeah, so it's good to keep just a little note with your supplements that you use for this process. So some other things that are great. Frankincense oil. Again, this seems like a doTERRA commercial and it's not. I do not sell doTERRA. I only buy doTERRA. So let's just keep that, clear. Okay. So, but I do love their products. I highly recommend them. So, frankincense. So you just take this, a couple of drops of frankincense. When you have a cold, I would recommend putting it where the cold is bothering you most. doTERRA's frankincense does not need to be diluted. You can just use it straight. I take a couple of drops and I would rub it in my chest area. Yes, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, my husband does the same thing. I'm going to show you On Guard in just a second, actually. But I rub the frankincense on my chest and just let that, it actually naturally builds immunities. So, and it just soaks into the body right to the bloodstream from the skin. So, yeah. I already talked about cinnamon. Yeah, love cinnamon. Yes, and it's super good for you. Frankincense is very healing for lots of things. The other thing that you can use is clove. I would highly recommend if you use clove that you do not put it on your skin. It is another hot oil. I would dilute this in some coconut oil and I would rub this on the bottom of my feet, maybe with a drop of frankincense, a drop of clove, and I would rub it on my feet before I went to bed at night with the oil, and I would concentrate on my toes and rubbing it into the feet. I did not use essential oils when I had cancer. I have just started using essential oils about a year ago and I love them. Oh my gosh, I'll show you the product I use every single day. So yes, cloves are good for lots of things, but I use cloves. It is an antibacterial, and you know that your feet are the most absorbing part of your body. So if you want to absorb things into your body through your skin, your feet are is your best absorption point. And so a drop of frankincense, that's awesome. A drop of frankincense, a drop of clove with some coconut oil, mixed really nice, and it makes your feet nice and moist. And then just put some socks on, because you're going to want socks on anyway. And that's going to help. That's going to help with all kinds of things, but it's going to help build immunities in the body. So, and have some antibacterial properties. So the product that I actually use every single day is a product from doTERRA called On Guard. This is a protective blend. This is a proprietary blend for doTERRA. So if you want this, you have to go through them to get it. And if you want, I can hook you up with somebody if you want to open an account. So I know, right? It's hilarious. Yeah, but see, we have different medicine cabinets, right? I mean, so most of us have thrown out all the crap out of our medicine cabinets, or you should. And yeah, it is going to be similar to thieves. Yep. So, yep, I have the beadlets in my hand right here. So yes, but I use this on my feet every single day. Right after I take a shower, I put a little coconut oil and I put 1 drop of On Guard in there, and I put this on my feet every single day. This is a protective blend. It's not just for cold and viruses. It is for all kinds of cellular damage in the body. It has all kinds of amazing stuff in it. It is not a cure-all, so you can't just put this on your feet and go, oh, I'm going to be okay and I can eat whatever I want. I don't have to exercise and I don't have to drink water. You cannot do that. Yes, you can absolutely diffuse it. Yep, I have a friend that diffuses it for 30 minutes every day in her home, and since she's been doing that, her kids and her husband, her entire family have not had a cold in 2 years. So just saying. Wild orange. Yeah, wild orange is awesome. So there you go. On Guard from doTERRA. Highly recommend it. Yes, frankincense on the skin is amazing. Very, very healing. You can actually diminish dark spots. These are whole nother scopes about essential oils. I'm actually gonna do a blab with Evan Summers from Summers Wellness, and he is an essential oils expert, and we're gonna do that on December 9th, and I'm gonna do a blab with him, and he's gonna go through all this. So okay, good. Yeah, I feel like, yeah, neti pots are kind of, they're interesting. They work, actually, to clear your sinuses. They don't heal anything. The only thing a neti pot is doing is getting the mucus out of your sinuses so that you can breathe easier, but it's not healing anything, so don't be fooled there. But these are On Guard beadlets. Yeah, well, I think that's a great idea. I don't know how long you've had the cold, but if it's just came on today, that's a great idea. I think you will notice a big improvement. On Guard beadlets. On Guard beadlets are amazing. These are what I travel with. So, I mean, I take my On Guard with me as well. But before I get on a plane, before I am in a situation where I'm going to shake a lot of hands, so I do some public speaking on occasion. Well, actually, it's getting more and more prevalent that I'm doing public speaking. But I shake a lot of hands and I hug a lot of necks, and I mean, I get kisses on the cheek, and I mean, I'm a touchy-feely kind of person. So if you ever meet me in person, don't ever be surprised if I'm like, oh my God, and I just grab you and hug you. I mean, even even to the point sometimes you're just going to get a big old fat kiss on the cheek or something. So I'm Southern, that's how we roll. But when I know I'm going to be with a lot of people, I actually pop a couple of beadlets. These are just little tiny microscopic. This one's not open, and I'm not opening it because my other one's in my yay for hugs. That's right, because it's in my travel case and I forgot to bring it up. But anyway, and I just grabbed this one out of my cabinet. But the On Guard beadlets are amazing for that. They're a protective blend, and I do feel like that they protect me from getting a cold or a flu or a virus or anything like that. I think that they help my immunity in that way. So On Guard. So let's say you already have a cold, right? You already have a cold and you already feel kind of crappy, and it's too late to take any of these supplements. So really you just need to let your body run through the cold. You just need to let it happen. Don't try to battle it. Just let it happen, because anything that you're taking OTC, over the counter, is just masking the problem. Your body is still going to take all that time to heal no matter what you're doing. So you're just masking the problem, and in a lot of cases you're slowing your healing process down. So I would say avoid that. Just feel crappy for a few days. Get in your bed, get some good food, have lots of water, watch some movies, sleep, rest, all of those sorts of things. I will say this, if you are not running a fever, so if you're running a fever, do not do this. But if you are not running a fever, I highly recommend that you get a brisk walk in. I know you're not going to feel like it, okay? I know that you're like, a walk? I feel like crap. Okay, see ya. I feel like crap. I don't want to take a walk, but I highly recommend that you get your lymphatic system moving. And to do that, I recommend that you take a walk and that you swing your arms like a crazy person walking through the neighborhood. I recommend that you swing your arms around and move your lymphatic system. You know, do some high knees, get that lymphatic system, okay? Yes, you got to get your body moving. This will help move a cold or flu out of your system. If you have the flu and you have a fever, do not do that. But if you just have a sore throat and the sniffles and a congestion and it's just a little cold, then I want you to think about moving at least 30 minutes a day. I promise you it will make you feel better and you'll get over that cold faster. So what happens, Leslie? I already have a cold. What can I do? First of all, I would recommend getting something like this. Yes, absolutely. Your lymphatic system is your healing mechanism. So yes, so I would recommend getting some peppermint, wild peppermint, little lozenges like this. This is going to help open your airways. It is also, you can also use like a peppermint oil. In fact, I probably have one right up here. Yeah. You can use a here we go. Yeah, peppermint essential oil. This will also help open your airways. Do not use peppermint essential oil. No brisk movement with a fever. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I would rest. I would focus on resting my body with a fever for sure. Don't move around, because you're just going to irritate it and make yourself feel worse. But if you don't have a fever, then I recommend you move around. Do not put peppermint oil on you before you go to bed. It is invigorating and it will keep you awake. That's right. You should be sleeping. I agree. So yes, but peppermint oil is really great right here on the chest, or just sniffing it, just opening it and taking. I like to put some on my hands. Here, this is what I do. I actually put a drop. When I was filming this week, I had to do this a couple of times. I put a drop right in my hands. I rub it together like this. And I take some big deep breaths in. Great for headaches, absolutely. It's good for aches and pains, if you have sore muscles, anything like that. Like this, and then Marcy, you got ahead of me, and then I rub it I take that oil that's on my hands and I rub it on the back of my neck and then just down on my chest just a little bit, okay? This is gonna open my airwaves. I'm gonna get a really, yes, very energizing, so don't do this before bed, because you'll be like, dang, Leslie, she kept me awake all night. So yes, but these have a lot of sugar in them. I just want to be crystal clear. These, you don't want to have like 10 of these in a day, but these have a lot of sugar in them. So, but they are going to help open up your airways. They're going to help soothe this, a sore throat. Any type of natural peppermint lozenge is going to help you with that. If you can find some that are peppermint and honey, that's even more better. The other thing, if you have some aches and pains and you just can't stand it and you need some relief, like you're like, I don't want to do this anymore and I need some relief, before you reach for the ibuprofen or the Tylenol or the aspirin or anything like that, I want you to consider this product. You might want to screenshot this. This is actually good for migraines and all sorts of things. You can take up to 4 of these at a time. And this has a lot of anti-inflammatory properties, and it's a formula that your body will actually recognize. And this will help relieve some of those aches and pains. Now, I will be completely honest with you. What's in there? This has feverfew, butterbur, hops, turmeric, enzymes, and more. It says there's a whole list on the back here. So yeah, turmeric is fine as well. Make sure you're getting one that your body recognizes that has other things in it like black pepper. But this is actually great for a headache. It's great for aches and pains. Now, it's not going to be a silver bullet like an ibuprofen is. So let's just be crystal clear about that. But it is helpful. Yeah. Yes, with black pepper. Good, good. But it is helpful to just relieve some of the symptoms. Again, I say let your body do what it's supposed to do. Just get through the aches and pains. I know it's miserable. I know you toss and turn a lot, but it's just a few days out of, okay, see ya, you're welcome. But it's just a few days out of your life, and just try to get through it. The more you can stomach the pain, the less time, and especially if you're doing these supplements, the less time your body is going to have these symptoms. The other thing is just a nasal saline spray. This is from Kroger. I mean, it's not even, it's just like 99 cents. This is great for opening up the congestion in your nose. I like to do this right before I go to bed if I have a cold. I just shoot a couple of, over the sink, do it over the sink. A couple of these up in my nose. It's just saline. This will help open up the airways and at least let me get to sleep. So then if I can get to sleep, most of the time you can stay asleep. So yes, so this is... You can use neti pots. Neti pots are just fine. I actually have a neti pot up in my cabinet if I'm super congested. I use a neti pot, but yes, just know that neti pots are not going to heal you. A lot of people have the thought process that, and neither is this saline. This is just going to help relieve symptoms, and that's what we're talking about right now. If you have a really bad cough, there are products like this that are homeopathic. You can get them at natural food stores, and they will help a cough. These will not, yeah, it just clears you out. That's right. It helps keep them, it actually moves the bacteria out of your system. So it does help remove some of the bacteria, and it will shorten a cold, but it's not what's healing you. So let's just be crystal clear. But this is just a little, a cough, to help you with a cough. It is a great, yeah, I like it a lot. You can see how much we've used, not very much at all. This is not like a cough syrup. This is not like Robitussin. So Robitussin is going to make you sleep and is going to kick a cough out, but you're really just covering up the symptoms of the cough. You're not alleviating the cough. And that's kind of what this is, but it doesn't have a bunch of chemicals in it. So yes, so this is great, safe for kids, all that sort of thing. This is a product that I haven't used in quite a while. This is my husband's favorite product for protecting himself. He actually uses the On Guard beadlets now, but before that, we used this product called Cold Snap. You can buy this just about anywhere. Cold Snap is really a blend of herbs that is designed to help break the cold out of your body before it even starts. So this is taken at the first sign of a cold. If you've had a cold for a while, if you've had a cold for a while, this is not going to do anything for you. This needs to be taken at the first sign of the cold. You can take up to 24 of these a day. Now, I will tell you, if you take 24 of these in a day, your mind is not going to be as sharp as you'd like it to be. Experience tells me that. So I just be a little careful. The last time I took them, I was taking about 6 a day. I could feel a cold coming on. It did stop the cold in its tracks. But I just prefer something more natural that I actually know every single ingredient that I'm putting in my body. And this is a little bit of a mystery, but it does work. I think that these are completely safe for children as well. Let me see on here. Yeah, there's no warnings on here about age or anything like this. And that label is a little fairy berry. It's going to talk a lot, and I do not mean that in a negative way. I mean that in the most sincere way possible, but it's going to have some things on it maybe that you're not used to reading. A lot of us that are in the health world are used to reading them, but it's going to talk about your chi, which I totally believe in. It's going to talk about different things, keeping those in line. And this is what it says on here, I think actually, is to restore, it's 23 herbs to restore a righteous chi. And that is actually what is out of balance when you start having colds and stuff. So Cold Snap is a great product, but this needs to be taken at the first sign. So there you go. There's how, oh, I forgot to talk about my favorite topic, kombucha. I would highly recommend that when you have a cold that you are getting yourself some kombucha. Kombucha is amazing for this. It is going to help keep your gut in line. It is going to satisfy your body. Your body's going to like what you're putting into it. It tastes great. It's a nice cool drink, so it's soothing to the throat. Yeah, this is the Gingerade. This is actually part of my lunch today. So, but yeah, this is the Gingerade, and yeah. What? $1.29? Are you serious? Dang. Yeah, I drink it daily too. I drink kombucha. I drink one of these a day. So yeah. But yeah, I really, really, really like kombucha. I think that it helps my brain work really well. I live in Colorado. Oh, where do you live? I live in Colorado, but yeah, that's a great price. I agree. Yeah, for sure better than Sprite or 7-Up. Don't do that. Ooh, yuck. Fries. Wow, that's amazing. I know I just saw that you ran out this morning. That stinks. Yeah, so I have still not brewed my own. I'm going to wait till after the holidays. I have a SCOBY though. Do you guys want to see my SCOBY? Hold on. I'll show you. And he doesn't have a name, but I'll show you my SCOBY. Here he is. He's just hanging out in the fridge. There's my SCOBY. I'll probably make it next week after the holiday. Yeah, so... And this kombucha that's in here is hard for me, that's holding my SCOBY, is hard for me not to drink because it's amazing. It's so good. I just want to drink it. And I'm like, you can't drink it because then your SCOBY's going to die. So yes, but there's my little SCOBY. And I got it from Dana at Whole Health Dana. I'm excited to use him. I know. He's alive and well. Mr. SCOBY is alive and well. So yes, so keeping your gut health in check with some kombucha or even sauerkraut, salt as well. You know, you actually crave salty foods when you're sick. Most of us want something that's salty. Oh, I don't have a name for him yet. I haven't named him yet. Yeah, I learned a week ago Friday, so I'm gonna do that. But yes, sauerkraut is great for a cold as well. It's gonna help keep your gut in line, and you crave salt a lot when you are sick, and the reason is because your body is wanting to hydrate, and salt helps regulate that. But the other thing is that salt has a very big antibacterial property to it and is super great in the body. Now, this doesn't mean you want tablespoons of salt, but when you're sick, you can actually be a little bit more liberal with the salt in your foods because it's actually very cleansing in the body. So just keeping that in mind as well. That's one of the reasons when you have a sore throat, your mom or your grandma may have told you to gargle with salt water, and that's because the salt water is actually very healing to things that are inflamed. It has a natural inflammation to it, and it has a natural property of cleaning, so it's antibacterial as well. So yeah, and antifungal. Okay, so there you go. There are my tips on beating the cold back naturally. Start thinking about changing your medicine cabinet over. I'm telling you, it is a huge, and I don't talk about this because I'm a food blogger, but it is a huge part of my life. My medicine cabinet is totally different. Golden Seal and Echinacea is 1,000 milligrams 2 to 3 times a day. So yes, 2 to 3 times a day, 1,000 milligrams. Yeah, one step at a time. I actually had a friend that remade her entire medicine cabinet over with essential oils. That's all she has in her medicine cabinet now. And she took everything out, and she has 2 huge Ziploc bags that are, you know, people are complaining about how expensive essential oils are. And she's like, are you kidding me? There's like $500 worth of crap in here that is going to kill me. And I have these essential oils that I've spent $500 on, and they're actually contributing to my life. So yes. That's awesome. I love that you guys have just essential oils. I have that. We have some supplements. My husband takes a couple of supplements on a daily basis based on a recommendation from a naturopath. I take no supplements on a daily basis. Crap ingredients that are very dangerous. Some ingredients in just regular over-the-counter cold medicine is dangerous. And so there's no way that I would take it. And they don't make you feel any better. They're not helping anything. So yeah. Your body's just going to do what it's going to do. But he takes a couple of supplements on a regular basis. I take none. I get everything from, yes, Breathe is amazing. It's amazing. They also have a little roller that you can use underneath your nose. That's amazing. They have some peppermint drops as well. They are actually down in my travel case. But they make some peppermint drops and some beadlets that are good. So I am in the process. I just hired a housekeeper yesterday. Yes, I'm so excited. I'm so excited for a couple of reasons. I'm helping her out and she's helping me out because she was in an accident in July. She was jogging and she was hit by a car and it took her knee out. And so she is still healing from that and she's trying to get back into the workforce. And so this will be her first job since her accident. So I'm helping her. She's tremendously helping me and it's just going to be an amazing thing. So yesterday she came over, we interviewed her and I was like, I love you. I want you to, and she's the first one I interviewed. I love you. I want you to clean my house. And she's like, okay. So next Thursday starts the house cleaning. And I have never had a housekeeper in my life. And so many of my business associates that my mentors that I look up to, yes, I am slowly doing that. That's where I was going with the housekeeper. So we were talking yesterday and she was like, yes, and I hope you don't mind, but I use all natural products. I don't use anything with chemicals. And I'm like, rock star, heck yeah, you're totally hired right now. You don't even have to tell me anything else. So I'm super excited about that. But all of my business mentors keep telling me, I don't feel guilty about it for sure. So, but all my business mentors keep telling me, Leslie, you're going to have to release some things. If you want to grow Go-To Kitchens and the busier you get, you're going to have to release some of your domestic duties. And I'm like, I don't want to release my domestic duties. But they're really right. And for the sanity of myself and my husband, we don't have any kids, but for the sanity of myself and my husband, we needed to release something. And so we agreed that we would start with housekeeping. So I'm super excited. So Melaleuca is amazing. I love tea tree. Melaleuca, which is tea tree. We use it a lot. We use it when we get scrapes and bumps and cuts. And even if I put it on, if I get acne, which is very rare, but every once in a while I'll have a zit that pops up, typically on my chin. And if it pops up on my chin, so if you ever see me with a zit on my chin, it's because I'm stressed out. That's where they come. They go there and they go right here. And so, yes, so you know that I'm stressed if I can't help myself. It's like, oh, there's my zit. I must be stressed. But I just put a little tea tree oil on it or Melaleuca and like the next morning it's almost gone. Or either that or lavender or maybe a mix of both. So yeah. Anybody use vetiver? I need a nanny and a housekeeping. I know, right? It's a lot. I mean, and this business is just taking on a life of its own and I do not have any employees. And so it's just me and it's a lot. So, thank you so much. I do know a lot about a lot of stuff. It's crazy. Yeah. So anybody use vetiver? Anybody use that? I'm just going to throw down one more tip. And I'm doing a blab with an essential oils expert on December 9th. And I'll hand out that information very soon. But on December 9th, I'm doing a blab with Evan from Summers Wellness. Yes. Okay. So never heard of it. Vetiver is... vetiver is one of my absolute favorite oils. And here's why. Because I feel like that sleep is the key to health. I feel like that you need to be sleeping. And if you are not getting 7 to 9 hours of sleep a night, then you need to readjust your habits because you are hurting your health. I don't care if you're eating like the cleanest of everything. Health is not just about food. It is not just about non-toxic lifestyle. It is not just about essential oils. It is not just about exercise. It is not just about having a great, sense of self and having a peaceful mind. It's about all those things all wrapped up into one thing. And sleep is one of those things. So, Butterbur, no, I did not say that. But that is in one of the products that I talked about. So yes, it is so many components. It's not just one component. Now, as I go to kitchens, I focus on healing with food. That's what we focus on. So that's what Go To Kitchens is all about. Every once in a while, I'll break it out with a scope like this because I think it's great information that I want to pass on to you guys. But you toss and turn. Okay. So I want to give you guys a little bit of a solution here. If you're not a great sleeper, if you have a hard time sleeping, I want you to invest in a really high grade vetiver oil. It is an essential oil. It is very earthy. It smells, hold on, I gotta sneeze. Do I have to sneeze? Hold on. No, I guess not. Maybe I do. No, I don't. Vetiver, yes, there you go. There's the spelling right there, vetiver. Vetiver is very earthy smelling, so I actually love it. I love the way that it smells. I do not use it every single night, but my husband was having a lot of trouble with some anxieties. About 6 months ago is when it really started getting better. But so yes, you can buy it. Just look it up on the internet, but get yourself a really nice grade. I actually do not use doTERRA vetiver. I use another company called Flori, and I can show you that if you're a VIP, I'll put a picture up on the VIP page. So yes, so he was having a lot of trouble with some anxiety, and it stemmed from post-traumatic stress syndrome from my cancer journey, and he had it for about 2 years. And so it was, so I'll put a picture of what we use up on my website. But he, I was talking to a friend, and she was like, she works for Young Living. She's a Young Living rep. And, okay, so this is what I'm about to tell you is very helpful. So she recommended to me that we try some vetiver on his feet and when he sleeps at night, along with another Young Living oil called Valor. And I was like, I'm never going to get him to use essential oils, Hayden. There's just no way on God's green earth he's going to use it. And she's like, just ask him. Just ask him if he'll try, because if the anxiety has taken over that much, then this may be helpful for him in his healing process. And I was like, okay, and he'll be able to sleep. And I was like, all right. So very reluctantly, I asked him if he would try some essential oils. Now this is where the Valor is great. I agree. I love that oil. It's a great blend. So this is where I use it for everything. Like if I'm going to do public speaking, I'm totally getting off track. I put a little on my chest right here and I'm like, ta-da, Superwoman. It makes me Superwoman. Anyway, so I very reluctantly asked him if he would try some essential oils. And he looked at me with a tear in his eye and he said, I will try anything. At this point, I will try anything. I have to beat this. And this is where our essential oil journey started. This was the first essential oil that I bought, was vetiver and Valor. So I said, okay, he said, yes, I can't believe it. And so, oh, I'm sorry. What can you do? A bad sore throat. When did it start? How long have you had it? Is what I really need to know, is how long have you had your sore throat? And do you have any other symptoms? Spice for Life, yeah. Last night, okay, so we're still pretty early in the day, so it's just at the beginning, I'd say within the first 24 hours. I would watch the replay of this scope, first of all. Watch the replay of this scope, and I would probably get some ginger, lemon, honey, and tea in a hot water and start drinking that, so that will help. You have strep. Yeah, so strep, you're going to need an antiviral. So I would highly recommend, if you have strep, that you think about doing some oregano oil. I would just rewatch the scope. So yeah, gargling. Sometimes if you have strep though, gargling with salt water can irritate it. So yeah. Yeah, rewatch the scope. Go watch the replay. And I'm almost done, so you can watch the replay very soon here. So anyway, so back to my husband. So we get the oils, and she's telling us to mix it with coconut oil, and for me to massage it into his feet, which I did for like 4 months. I did it for him. Now he does it himself, but I would massage it into his feet, and it was a very tender, caring thing for him. He felt like I was taking care of him. He felt like that he was loved, and that the concern was there, and that the problem was real, and that we were addressing addressing it. And that's a very important part of healing from stress and anxiety. And so, we mixed the 2 drops of vetiver and 1 drop of Valor. The first night that I put it on his feet, he slept 10 hours. We went to bed at like 9 o'clock and we did not get up the next morning until like 7 or 7:30. And he woke up and he looked at me like, oh my God. And I know that he felt like his life had changed overnight because he actually slept. The more he slept, the less anxiety that he had over time. Now, he still had to do some counseling. He still went through counseling, so let's just be crystal clear, but he did not have to use any narcotics to beat this anxiety, and it was severe. He had severe anxiety, mostly at night before bed and when he woke in the morning. In the mornings, it was really bad. I would find him curled up on the bathroom floor, shaking, and because of the anxiety. That's how bad it was. And so, yes, and part of it was we discovered my cancer in the morning, and it was very traumatic for him, and he thought I was going to die, and I thought I was going to die, and it was, anyway, so yes, it was a post-traumatic. So yeah, it was very bad anxieties. He could function during the day perfectly fine, and nobody knew anything was going on, but he could not, he had some depression as well, but he could not sleep at night, and he had so much anxiety about it. So now the vetiver is not what healed him. He worked really hard to heal himself, but the sleep that he got as part of the vetiver regimen is what helped heal him. So he was actually getting sleep so his mind could rest, and that the more sleep he got, the better he was feeling. He would still have anxieties in the morning when he woke, but still. So to this day, he still uses vetiver every single night to sleep. It's been about a year now. And no, it's not been that long. It's been pretty close. Yeah. And it's made a huge difference in his life. And so to beat back that anxiety and to be able to work on it, not be so tired that he couldn't actually work on it. So does he still have anxiety? Once in a blue moon? Yesterday morning, he had a little anxiety about hiring a housekeeper because of the financial responsibility of paying somebody's paycheck. So it does creep up every once in a while, but that's like a valid anxiety, having an anxiety that I'm going to die of cancer. I don't have cancer anymore. So that was kind of not what he would call an invalid anxiety. So he has to identify them. But the vetiver was super, super important to his healing. So I want to recommend that you guys check out some vetiver. I will put what we use on the Go To Kitchens VIP page. If you want to know how to become a VIP, that's on the Facebook page. So if you want to know how to become a VIP, it's super simple. GoToKitchens.com. It's right here in the title of the scope. It says @GoToKitchens. Anxiety is horrible. It is horrible, and anybody who tries to minimize it and say that it's not real or that it doesn't happen is crazy, because it is real, and it's very, very painful if you're the person that's experiencing it. And it's very real in our society today. Thank you so much for signing up. I love that. So you will get an email. Once you sign up to become a VIP, it'll say VIP access on the website. Go put, I'm so sorry about that. If you want to talk more about that, you should send me an email and we can talk one-on-one about it. I'd be happy to tell you exactly what we did. So VIP, baby, that's right. So shoot me an email if you want to do that. You can do it right from the website. GoToKitchens.com. VIP access, you will get a confirmation email to confirm your email, and then as soon as that happens, you get another email from me that will have your free book, How to Fall in Love with Your Kitchen and Yourself, which is a fun little read. I recommend that you read it. It's super fast and it's pretty fun. And then you will get a link to become a VIP, and then every other Sunday morning you will get a newsletter from us with all the stuff that's happening at Go To Kitchens. If you click that link to become a Facebook VIP, it will send you to the Go To Kitchens VIP lounge. You will ask, thank you so much, you're a sweetheart. it will ask you to, you'll ask to join. I confirm them pretty quickly. I mean, most of you know if you're a VIP, I'm pretty much on it. So I'm like, oh, VIP, yes, yes, you can be a VIP. so do it pretty quickly there. But yeah, so go sign up, and then I will post on there today my regimen, what I use to help with the cold, and I will also post I'll do a second post that will show the vetiver that we use. So we buy it in a big container. It's like a 30 milliliter bottle. So, and you don't have to buy it that big. Most bottles are 15 milliliters for oils so that you can try it. But yes. But vetiver, and then I don't even have a resource for, I do too, for Young Living. Young Living has a product called Valor, and I highly recommend that with the vetiver. It is an amazing combination. So, yes. Yeah, you're welcome. All right, you guys, I've been on here for an hour and 10 minutes, which is no surprise at all. Tomorrow I will be back. Yeah, there's 30 ml bottles. I know, it's super exciting. Well, from the company I get it from. And it's lasted us a long time. I'll show you. You'll see that there's not very much gone out of there. So yes, so you would need the vetiver, which is what's going to help you sleep and shut your mind off. Valor is actually going to help boost your confidence and make you feel as kind of a joyful blend. And then there's some others from doTERRA. So thank you. Yeah, lovely to see you too. Thanks for being here. I know, you've been here a long time, right? That's what good content does for you. Yeah, good to see you guys. Thanks for being here. Go feed your family. I gotta eat some lunch too. Yeah, you're welcome. So tomorrow I will be back in the kitchen tomorrow, and we're gonna be talking about my top 5, maybe 6, we'll see. Top 5, maybe 6 kitchen gadgets that you should have in your kitchen to have a healthy kitchen, and they're my favorites. So we'll talk about that tomorrow. These are random scopes this week, so. Yes, so at catch.me, so spelled with the K, catch.me, just type in go-to kitchens in the search, and you'll see all my past scopes. I catch all my old scopes, so they're all there. Any scope that I've ever done is stored right there, so you can watch all kinds of topics. And I think there's like 170 scopes on there, so that's a lot of time. You can watch them on a long haul flight. It's all Leslie, all day, all night. But you can pick and choose the topics that you want to see. Oh, good. Yes. Awesome. I hope that you feel better, Janet. I hope that you're feeling better. Oh, good. Thank you for being here. I'm so glad that you were here today. You guys, if you're new to me, I am not good with names. So I have just kind of stopped trying because I was finding that my content was suffering because I'm trying to remember all of your names. There's some of you that I see all the time and I remember. Yes, you're very, very welcome. Thank you for being here. And I'm sorry, some of you, and I promise as I go along and you're with me more, I will remember your names. See, like Casey, I can see if that's your name, Casey, I know that. But my content was suffering because I was trying to remember everybody's names, and my brain just doesn't work that way. And so I'd rather focus on the content than have to focus on your names. People like Dr. Christine and Janet. Okay, yeah. Janet, the Duchess of Doo-Doo, and even Dawn and some of the other wellness experts, they are amazing at that, but I'm dyslexic and my brain just doesn't function that way. I mean, yeah, so please don't be offended if I do not say your name. I know who you are and I know when you're here, and trust me, I love that you guys keep coming back to my scopes. It just makes me smile, so happy. So yes, because I love pushing this content out for you. Periscope has been a life changer for me, so. I know I can't remember yours, and I see you on here all the time, and I apologize. I do keep it real. It was really real this morning. I had no makeup on. Okay, so tell me your name one more time. Tell me your name one more time. I see you on here all the time, and I really appreciate you being here. So I don't even know how to say your username, which is crazy. Say your name to me one more time. And I will, Clarissa. Okay, Clarissa, and I love your name. It's like the most beautiful sounding name on the planet. I love that name. I had a really good friend in grade school named Clarissa. I'm going to remember. Clarissa, I tell you what throws me a little bit is that you still have a Twitter egg and I don't have a profile picture. And you're Michelle. Okay, so I will try to remember Clarissa and Michelle. Please forgive me if I don't though. It's nothing personal. Trust me. It's just nothing personal. my executive producer was saying, if you get a TV show, you don't have to worry about remembering people's names when you're talking. I was like, I know. It is a very pretty name, right? Melissa. So yes. All right. So I'm going to scat. I'm excited about my lunch today. I'm actually using some of my skills that I learned. Yeah, I know. Clarissa. But I'm using some of my knife skills that I learned this weekend, and I'm gonna make a lunch that I can eat all week, and it's gonna have red bell pepper, zucchini. What else was I gonna put in? A little bit of tomato, carrots, celery. I know it does, it does. It absolutely does. It throws me off. Okay, see you guys. Yeah, and I'm gonna do it in a basmati, and then I'm gonna do a little turkey sausage on the side of that, and that's gonna be my lunch until we leave on Friday. So I'm excited about making it. And I would scope it, but I need to move fast, so because I got a ton to do today. But okay, so you guys have an amazing afternoon. Know that I love you and that I only want you to be well and healthy. And my inspirational point of today is just one simple thing, and that is when you are at your Thanksgiving table on Thursday, that I want you to not focus on the food. The food is an awesome part, and it is what brings everybody together. But what I want you to focus on is I want you to focus on making eye contact with your loved ones. I want you to look them in the eye, and I want you to have a conversation with them, because these are people, maybe family, maybe friends, maybe you see them every single day, I don't know, but you're sharing an intimate time together at dinner. And I don't mean intimacy as in sex. I mean intimacy as in you are together and that you're sharing a moment in time. And so I want you to think about what's happening there, and I want you to make eye contact, and I want you to ask questions about their life and try to learn something new about every single person sitting at the table. I do this at every dinner party. I don't care if I did it last night. I don't care if I have known these people for a million years. Yes, okay, there you go. That would be fine. I would love to have a profile picture of you there. But Clarissa, but I don't care if you have dinner with them every single day or if you've known them for a million years. Try your best to make eye contact and ask a question of something that maybe you don't know about that person, or something that you're curious about, or something that you've always wanted to know and you keep forgetting to ask. Or maybe it's something simple about, you wear a lot of like turquoise. Is that your favorite color? Super simple things like that. I really like your earrings. Where do you like to shop? So simple. It doesn't even have to be anything deep, but you learn something about that. Did you get a new car? Because I've never seen that car before. That's an awesome car. Just engage yourself. And when you talk to somebody, look them in the eye. This does not count. This does not count. This does not count. Eye contact, looking them in the eye. Or thank them for something. That's right. This is a beautiful table that you've made for us here today. Thank you so much for doing all of this for us. What can I help you do? I would love to help you do something today. What can I help you do? What can I do to make this easier for you today? Take out the trash? Do I need to make sure your bathrooms have toilet paper in it? I do stuff like this all the time because I am not shy, so I will ask those kinds of questions. What can I do for you today? Tell me what I can do. But make eye contact. Look at that person right in the eye. And if they do not look at you, I have gone as far as to grab people at the shoulder and hold them at the shoulder. I don't care if it's a big man. Hold them at the shoulder. That makes them look at you, okay? Just putting your hands on either side of their shoulder. That will make them look at you. A touch will make them look at you. And just tell them that you appreciate them, or that you love them, or that you're happy to see them. Oh my God, I'm so happy to see you. I do that all the time, and you can't imagine the reaction I get from people that I see all the time. So just keeping that in mind this week as you go through your holiday exercises and you go through the days of family and friends, and maybe it's multiple days for you. And even if it's Black Friday and there's one TV for $79 and that's the only TV there is on Black Friday, be nice to those people around you, because people get evil over things, and it's so silly and so unnecessary. So please just keep a smile on your face this week. Make eye contact with people. And my last tip is to try to avoid the arguments. just avoid them. Somebody wants to argue with you. This happens a lot with families, especially siblings. They want to argue with you about something. Just avoid them. I would even go as far to say, look, this is Thanksgiving and I'm not going to argue with you about that right now. Bottom line. And just look at them in the eye when you say that. So avoid that drama. Enjoy your holiday. I will see you guys here tomorrow at noon again. And we're talking about those top 5. Went and got diapers. See? Awesome for you. That's amazing. Clarissa. Now I'm like never gonna forget your name ever. So even with your Twitter egg. So yes, so make somebody's day. You guys smile at strangers. Don't get in arguments. Just love. This is a stressful week for a lot of people. Just love everybody through every silly little thing that happens and just enjoy yourself. Because it is a great time of year to enjoy your family and friends. And it's a unique time of year and a unique opportunity. So, tweeter egg. All right, so love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. We're talking about the top 5, maybe 6 kitchen gadgets that you need in your kitchen to have a healthy kitchen. So I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.